but also there's some people here who are really new to futures. They're currently Forex traders. So with that ado, I'm going to introduce to you the million dollar day trader. His name is Vince.
1,085,000. So we have a couple presentations today. In this first presentation, quite a few people in the room who are not familiar with Apex, so we kind of need to get everybody up to speed. We also have some presentations, Dominic's group, and then I have a presentation later that I actually tell my story on my $1 million run.
And some of you here who don't know what futures are, they just want to know what it is.
Okay. Hi traders! Kumusta po tayong lahat? So my name is Rubeline Narvas. I was top 2 on Apex payout November last year and still on top 10 for 4 consecutive months now. One of the biggest things as well that I learned about trading is that trading is not about profit. It's about discipline, your patience, and your emotional control. And so once I started focusing in my trading style rather on my emotional, up and down, my results have improved.
So again, when we trade, we're not trading to see how much money we can make. And that's what a lot of some other gurus are saying. This is how much money I make. Look at my Lamborghini, look at my mansion. But the reverse, your mindset should be, how much money can I lose? That's called risk management. Once you control your risk management, then the profits will.
Daryl reached out August 2022. He called and he said, trade less, use smaller positions, stop after 3 wins, and start with 2 accounts instead of 20. He actually told me on the phone, he said, you're not that bad of a trader, you just don't know when to stop. He said, if you look at your mornings, he said, you're up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, sometimes 10,000 in the morning, and you give it all back every afternoon. So, starting anew, I had spent years studying the different day trading strategies and realized that every problem I faced in trading could be solved with one fundamental element I was missing. Does anybody know what that element is? Discipline. Discipline leads to habits. Habits lead to consistency, and consistency leads to growth. When I looked back at my trading style, it wasn't that my strategy was wrong, it's just that I just would keep trading. Stop. I had no rules. What I had to do, I had to sit down and write a list of rules. These are the trading rules I wrote, and these are the trading rules I still follow today. Number 1 rule. This one's a little unique. I have a 3-3 profit-loss trade on the day. That one rule changed my trading more significantly than any other thing I have learned in trading. You can trade it. What this does is it allows you to trade as much as you want. You can, in theory, enter a lot of trades, but once you hit that net 3 losses or net 3 wins, stop. Stop loss. Once the trade is entered, if you're the quarterback, okay, think about it in terms of football. You're looking for that profit. You're looking for the profit. The offensive line gets broke. Don't step out of your stop loss. Stay in the pocket, go down. That was your strategy. That was within your rules, and you live to play another day. You can take another trade. Whenever you are in a trade, have a set stop loss. Stop is going to get hit. Let it get hit. Don't move your stops. Be news aware. Follow the news, but don't trade the news. Scale responsibly. Add accounts instead of increasing contract sizes. This is what I did, and you'll see this a little bit later. I started with 2 accounts, and then grew to 4, then to 10, then to 12, and so on, all the way up to 20. But I never changed my contract size. So rather than increasing contract sizes and going to 10 or 15 or 20 contracts, I added more accounts. So I leveraged with accounts at Apex versus contract. Have a strategy. Every trade should have a clear reason why you took it. Don't overcomplicate it or try to trade too many markets. I see people that trade every market. They have every market on their screen. I don't know how they do that. I can't do that. Every market works differently. Strategies work different on different markets. Pick a market that's interesting to you and become overwhelmingly curious about it. Study it every day. Figure everything out about it. If you're trading NASDAQ, understand what's behind the NASDAQ. What are the companies in the NASDAQ? Who are they? What do they do? How much do they move the market? What are they doing? When's earnings coming out? Learn everything about it. Become incredibly curious about the market. You fully understand it. Make results tangible. This was a huge one for me. What I would do is I would have a massive win in the morning, and then I'd give it all back. Because what it was is it was just funny money on a computer screen. It didn't seem real. And so $10,000 on the computer screen, I would give it all back like it was nothing. But if I had $10,000 in my wallet, I would fight any one of you if you were trying to steal it. But yet I would give it back in the markets like it was nothing. And it made no sense to me. And I thought, how can I break that mindset? So what I did, I went and got poker chips. And every time I had a win, I started stacking poker chips on my desk. So if I had a $1,000 win, I put $1,000 worth of poker chips on my desk. And it made it real, it made it visual, right? There were times where I got so frustrated, I started to take things like, oh, if I had a $2,000 win, I'd go, well, that's an iPhone. So I'd set my iPhone on the desk and go, do you want to risk that? No, you gotta make these wins visual. It's real money. Don't risk it. Don't chase losses. This one's simple. Never, under any circumstance, add to a losing position. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Stop out, walk around a bit, come back to the chart. The chart will look completely different in 5 minutes. There's no reason to add to a losing position. You're just going to be twice as wrong. Scale into winners. This is one that a lot of people forget. So when you are in a trade, I always, as soon as a trade is in profit and I can actually protect the downside, I'll add to winning trades. I'll leverage up on winning trades. I'm okay with leveraging up, and I'm okay with it coming back and hitting a break even on the day for the opportunity that it might run. I'm okay with that. You gotta remember, prop firms don't penalize you for taking a bunch of trades. So if you enter trades and get stopped out 50 times a day at break even, there's no law saying you can't do that. I would rather get stopped out 50 times a day on a break even trade than have one trade hit my stop loss. So every single time I can get my stop in profit, I move my stop in profit. And by doing that, even if it's just a few ticks, and on NQ that's difficult, but if I can get a few ticks on NQ, I'm happy with that. You know, $200, $300 adds up. Suddenly you're up 1K on the day. $1,000 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money in Philippines. It's a lot of money in the US. Doesn't matter where you're at. 1K is 1K. That's a big day. So I always protect it. I am a defensive player. I do not let my stop get hit. If I see the market working against me, I just get out. I just close the trade. I seldom anymore actually let trades hit my stop. And I run a 50-tick stop. I run a 50-tick profit and a 50-tick stop. Treat evaluations like funded accounts. Build good habits from the start regardless of the account type. I think I heard this here today. People say, well, I trade the news, but I only do it on evals. Well, guess what? You're going to do it on funded accounts. You cannot treat an eval like it's just a play toy or a game. Treat it the same way you're going to treat your funded account. Grow those good habits early. Focus on building a trading strategy the way it's supposed to be built. Don't YOLO evals. You will do the same thing in your funded account many times. Keep emotions in check and build discipline. If struggling, trade your strategy in sim until you're comfortable. There's no reason why you can't just back off the markets and say, hey, I'm just going to trade in sim until I've proved that this works. You have the data feed, trade a sim account. Patience. Be patient with winning trades. Be enormously impatient with losing trades. What I mean by that, if you're in a losing trade that's working against you, be impatient. Just get out of it. Don't just let it sit there and work against you. It starts playing with your mind. Your emotions go crazy. You get angry. You get frustrated. You're moving the quarterback out of the pocket. Your stop gets hit, and you're frustrated. You just lost 3 times what your trading strategy is. Just don't do it. When you're in a winning trade, let the market work itself out. Pull your stop into profit. Protect the downside. Give the trade time to work. There's a lot of runners that you can catch if you're just a little bit patient with it. You know, get your stop in profit so you're not worried about the downside, and then let it work itself out. Journal. Keep a journal of wins and losses to identify patterns and habits, both positive and negative. Every single time I took a trade, I put a note on an Excel spreadsheet on why I took the trade and if it worked. Win or loss. That's all I did. And the time of day. And what I did is I started to see that from about 10 o'clock Eastern a.m. in the US to 11 o'clock Eastern, I had a really high success rate. After 11 o'clock Eastern, my success rate dramatically dropped. And in the afternoon, New York session, I had over a 90% loss rate. 90%. But yet at the same time, I didn't realize that until I had actually journaled my trades and understood what time of day do I resonate with the markets the best. And so once I knew that, I started to only trade for 1 hour a day. Focus on consistency over large profits. Base hits are fine, you don't need to hit home runs. We all get up to the plate and we all try to hit a home run. There's times it may happen. But just focus on getting on base. Do that multiple times over a week. If you have a couple $100 a day, it adds up quick, especially with multiple accounts. In 82 trading days, I totaled $1,081,000 in profits and become the first $1 million payout at Apex Trader Funding. Here's what's interesting. I had lots of losing trades, but only 5 days of break even or a small loss. And that was a commission loss because I stuck to my rules. During this 82 days, I don't believe I ever broke one of my trading rules that I'm aware of. I stuck to them. There were times I would get up from my computer in complete frustration and just walk around my office, just totally frustrated. But I stuck to the rules. If you're happy to make 500 on the day, don't allow yourself to lose more than 500 on the day. That assures a one-day recovery to break even. When you set yourself up for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5-day recoveries, you're going to get frustrated. Your discipline's going to go out of control, and you're going to blow the account.
You said that walking away is important thing, but when the trading goes well as you want it, then it's easy to walk away. But sometimes it doesn't go well as you want it. It's really hard for me to walk away sometimes. So what did you do to walk away when trading didn't go well?
But I will tell you this one thing. I reached a point. There was one day during this run where I was so frustrated I put a hammer through a window. And then I had to go to the hardware store to fix the window so I couldn't trade.
Oh, okay.
So I don't suggest that, but that was the level of emotion that I had to deal with. And there were times where I think one of the things to do is find an accountability coach. And the great thing is with accountability coaches is they don't even have to know trading. Just find somebody that you can tell them, hey, if I call you, you just tell me to stop. Right? Just tell me to stop. And I did that. So I would reach out, my brother, I'd reach out to him and say, man, you gotta just tell me to stop. And he would literally come to my office and just yank me out of my office. So go to whatever extreme you have to, because it is super, super difficult. But the one thing that helped me was the poker chips, right? Make it visual. Make it visual. Because if it's just even $20,000 on a screen, especially if I hit 20,000 within 5, 10, 15 minutes, I would then go, oh, I still have another 30 minutes. I can do really well. No. If I got stopped out on a $1,000 win, which is 20,000 across 20 accounts, I was done for the day. I didn't care. And there were many, many times that I would just leave, do something, get out of the office. Everybody says, well, I won't. I'm going to just watch the markets. Nobody does that.